What I've literally been thinking about something, and pardon me, my followers, those of you that are Christians, those of you that are Muslims, those of you of different religious opinion. Forgive me. Today I'm going to hit at you a little. I'm not going to how do I put it? I'm not going to speak against anybody's religion. Okay, I'm not going to speak against anybody's faith. But come to think of it, Africa is noted for practicing the African traditional religion or the African religion, right? And when we came into contact with these Europeans, they made us believe, that is their session out there, they made us believe that the African traditional religion is devilish. Whoever practices the called African traditional religion is lost. You are living in darkness, and so you must ditch the African traditional religion and embrace the religion that they are introducing to you. Now, when we talk about the typical African traditional religion, our forefathers made us understood that there is the existence of the Creator, the Almighty. There is an existence of a Creator, the Supreme Being, and we pray to this being through our lesser gods. And our deities and these gods, we use certain elements to represent them on this earth, through which people that have the tendency to communicate to these deities, these gods, that we call them the fetish priest. Now, these Europeans stole most of the European countries that colonized African countries, stole most of these artifacts that our forefathers used to represent their gods, and that medium through which they communicated to their gods. They stole it. And after stealing this artifact for hundreds of years, keeping it in their museums, they handed over to us the Bible. They handed over the Quran to the Africans. But they stole the artifact, telling us that the African traditional religion is devilish, it is evil, yet they decided to keep the very item, the very element that our forefathers were using to represent their gods, their faith. They took it away and they are keeping them in their museums, generating thousands and millions of money from it every year, and asking us to keep the Bible and the Quran. And the funny part of it is that when we request for them to return our looted artifact, they have the power, the temerity, the tendency, and the effrontery to tell our leaders that they will return the artifact for a limited period. The stolen artifact that they stole from, the things that they stole from Africa, they will return it for just a limited period, 2 years, 3 years. And after that, they will come and take it again. And our leaders are so timid and they are so quiet about it that they find it so okay. I was reading one article of which Saudi Arabia planned to, invest heavily in most European countries, in most Asian countries. And then you come to Africa, and the same people are interested in building mosques in Africa here. I don't care about your faith. I don't care about your religious belief. You can choose to follow me, but I want to speak the truth to you. Why are they interested in pumping billions of dollars into Europe and America and Asia? But when they come to Africa, they want to build mosques. That is what they want to build, because they believe and know that when they come to Africa here, they can use religion to divide the people. And so today, a lot of people are in my DM sending me a lot of messages that ever since Israelis decided to strike against the people of Palestine or the Gaza Strip, I have never used my page to speak against it. My only answer to those people who have been writing numerous messages to me is that, have we finished solving the issue, the conflict going on in Sudan? Have you stopped talking about or solved the issue going on in Congo? Have you solved the insecurities in Nigeria? Have we solved the terrorism going across Africa? That I should use my medium to speak against what is currently going on in the Gaza Strip before Israel, that is going on between Israel and then the people of Palestine. I am not condoning terrorism. I am not promoting any act of aggression. But I am not going to be hypocrite to use my platform to preach against something that they could solve, instead of using my platform to advocate for peace in Africa here. I am a black man. I am an African. My fellow Africans are being killed as a result of religion, as a result of a foreign religion that was instituted into Africa here by the colonialists. And because of this, some stupid Africans have allowed themselves for these religious beliefs to eat into them so much that it has taken over their conscience, and that they see their fellow Africans of different religious beliefs as their enemies. How many people have been killed in Nigeria by extremist groups, extremist Islamist groups? I'm using this word because I know that most Muslims that I know are peaceful, but I'm using the word extremist Islamist group, right? How many Christians have been killed in Nigeria as a result of such activities of such terrorist groups? And how many of the mainstream media is picking it up? How many people have been literally killed? How many people's lives have been literally wasted in Africa here in 2025 alone as a result of religious differences? That the mainstream media is mute about it. Yet you be in my DM putting pressure on me, speak against what Israel is doing in Palestine. I'm very sorry, I'm not going to do that, because we have been fooled for far too long. They come here and give us the Bible. They take our gold and our natural resources to develop their countries. They tell you that it is okay to live in poverty, because when you live in poverty, a certain being somewhere is preparing a place for you in heaven. And so the black man finds comfort. The ordinary African finds comfort living in poverty, because he or she believes that when he or she dies in poverty, he or she has a better place to live. This is a mental slavery. We've been made to limit our capabilities and our potentials by using religion as a major tool, or by using religion as a weapon fashioned against us by this West. Because how can you go and pump billions into Europe and America and come and build mosques in Africa here? Instead of telling our children, getting them exposed to skill-oriented education, we are interested in telling the African child to cultivate the habit of evangelism. I am not against anybody's belief, like I highlighted earlier, but I think that it is about time that we need to be truthful to ourselves. We've allowed religion, foreign religion, to limit our thinking, to limit our potentials. So it is okay in Africa here to see a 7-year-old child, a 10-year-old boy or girl memorizing the Quran, memorizing and reciting the Quran, memorizing and reciting the Bible. We praise such children, but it is absolutely a taboo and a catastrophe and a calamity to see the same African child of 10 years learning about his or her roots, learning about the typical African religion. Is it not madness? Is it not mental slavery? Just last week, last week, the people of Ashanti, the Ashanti people buried their queen mother in Ghana here. And we got exposed to a lot of diversity of African culture. Not only the Ashanti culture, but they opened their arms, and a lot of the cultural groups in Ghana here display their culture. And when you go on social media, you got some nimwit, some people who have been brainwashed to be speaking against the authentic African traditional culture They were speaking against it. And I just asked myself, like, are we really normal as people? When you go to China, when you go to North Korea, when you go to Japan, when you go to most of these Asian countries that are far advanced, they don't let their people get enslaved by Western religion, yet they are developing. So what is wrong with us, Africa? Once you devote yourself to learn about the truth, once you devote yourself to follow the African religion, your own family will reject you in Africa here. You will be termed as antichrist, anti-Muslim.